convince those markers in case they say that they didn't give enough marks, but you know you can appeal, right? So in an appeal process, you have to convince them that okay, I wrote this, I got this article from this particular person, and these are the credentials of this particular person. So you have to, you know, sometimes maybe in some cases you probably have to defend it. I know one of the students, he's from Hong Kong, some time back. He his dissertation topic, I forgot, but it was about marketing related topic. And then he put some, he got a pass mark, but he was not happy about the mark he got. He wanted to, he didn't challenge, but he asked them to improve the marks. And then they shot back at him and said, oh, you know, you didn't really do marketing in the review section this week because some of the expert comments that you used, they were not really considered big experts. And then he counter-attacked them saying that, oh, these guys are used and these are their credentials. And then finally university accepted this is my so that's why you really have to, when you're going to incorporate certain people's knowledge into your work, you have to make sure that the knowledge that you're going to gain from, borrow from those people, they are actually experts. And when you say expert, they may not have a very big names in the world, but at least you should be able to prove them, in case needed, that they are really experts. Yeah? Okay, so these are potential sources that you can look into. This EBSCO, EBSCO, I'm not sure, but I know EBSCO is available in all the public libraries in Hong Kong. So you can actually visit to public library close by. I think you probably have to book a terminal, computer terminal, and then you can engage in academic search. Okay. And ProQuest, you don't have the access to ProQuest now because you are still not part of the university, and this is very expensive, so I don't think it makes sense for you to try to access. Check whether Hopkins has it or not. I'm not sure. Check it out. Google Scholar. Google Scholar is free. It's free. You can search and try Google Scholar on that. Science Direct used to be free. I'm not sure whether it is free or yeah. So there are quite a lot of things that can be free too. I think if I'm not mistaken, they have this Yahoo Scholar as well. So, okay, this next section is about the area that we are talking about has some relevance of how you can develop a research topic too. We're talking about theories. As an example here, a researcher may theorize that older women tends to be more price sensitive in their purchase decision than younger women. Now, this kind of when you say theories, it's an idea. It's a logical belief one person would have got, and this probably based on this particular person's past experience and lifestyle. So what is important here is that you have your logical belief that this could be this. Now, so that's your theory. Now, whether this theory is going to be a valid theory or not, you have to put into test. You have to test that one. So how you test it? You conduct researchers, talk to people, you ask questions. Now here, in this case, you can talk to, you can get a sample of older woman and younger woman. Now when you say older woman, you have to have an age range, say 60 and above, or 55 and above. It's retirement age in Hong Kong 55, right? So anyone who's retired, they're not old, but at least it's some kind of indication. So when you say young woman, you're talking about 18 and above, but then again, when you're talking about 18-year-olds, they may not be able to have enough money to buy things. So it makes sense for you to target maybe women in their 20s, mid-20s and mid-30s. And then you can talk to them one by one and give a sample and your theory, you can prove that whether it makes sense or not. So basically, the point is that whenever you are going to design a research question, actually it is a miniature theory. Say that you are going to talk about investor. Okay, maybe I'll get you a simple example. Maybe the brand equity of Coca-Cola in Hong Kong. Brand equity, you know it's brand equity, right? The brand power of Coca-Cola in Hong Kong. So when you talk about that, the topic actually indicates that you assume that Coca-Cola has a brand equity in Hong Kong, right? And so your whole research is going to focus on to prove A, brand equity, B, to what level it is there, C, maybe to compare against Pepsi Cola or some other beverage brand. So you see, and then your research is going to focus on that area, right? So that's again based on a theory. You theorize inside that Coca-Cola has a very good brand equity in Hong Kong. So and then your research is going to focus on that. So there are a few words that you're going to hear now. Don't get excited and don't get confused when you hear those words, because those words sounds a little bit they are big terminologies, but they are simple to understand. Okay? We have concepts. The concepts are the building blocks of theories. Now, when you're talking about concepts, there are quite a few concepts we have in every research question. If you talk about, if you look at it, things like leadership, productivity, these things can be concepts. And maybe how about consumer behavior? Consumer behavior, that's a concept too. So there are a lot of concepts. So basically, when you're talking about a research topic, your research topic includes different concepts. Now, previous example I gave you, the study into the brand equity of Coca-Cola in Hong Kong. Now, when you say brand equity is a concept. And so you see that how this brand equity comes into a research question. So basically, in theory building, you're going to use different concepts, and then you put them in a research area, and that makes you to develop a theory. Okay, concepts alone, they are not theories. Now, if you say like leadership or productivity or something, they are not theories. But you have to put these concepts together with other concepts to make them part of the theory. Now, for example, if you see a word like productivity, okay, and training. If you are going to come up with a research question saying that how could uh, how could Hong Kong Hong Kong police improve the productivity of their staff through training? If you are setting a research question like this, or how could Bank of China improve the productivity of staff through training? You see, that's a research question, an acceptable research question for master degree level. And in this research question, you have words like productivity and training. See, so this is, and then when you are going to have this kind of, like, how could Bank of China improve productivity by training? This actually gives an idea. There's a hidden thing in it saying that training actually improves the productivity. And this is called hypothesis. You hypothesize that inside. Understand? So whether this is, so if you have this question, how could Bank of China improve productivity of staff through training? So your research objectives would be to understand different training methods adapted by Bank of China to find out the effectiveness, to find the relationship between productivity and training. So these are going to be your research objectives, potential research objectives. So all these objectives again are focused on one thing, which is quite hidden. That is, training can improve productivity. So you see, so this is the hidden part that's in it, and of course you can be very vocal about it, and you can actually write it as a hypothesis in it, that this is your hypothesis. But also you can only put, because for master degree levels, writing the hypothesis is not really compulsory. Okay, it is up to you. If you really want to write, you can write it, but it's not really compulsory. But you can indicate this, what's your deep thinking through your objectives when you're going to get it. Yeah. So this is leadership of an organization influences the productivity of workers. So this is yeah. There are two concepts here: leadership and productivity. And it's a simple statement. And this statement can also be known as a proposition that actually indicates the relationship of two concepts. And a hypothesis, which we use the word now, which I used this word before, is a proposition that can empirically testable. The word empirically testable. Don't be scared of these words. Okay, these are very simple words, but you may think they are quite difficult and they are very advanced. Research is a very simple thing. Okay? It's just you start. You develop your own research question. You develop your own research objectives, and you conduct that research using different resources. It's that simple. This is just for the knowledge sake. Empirically testable sounds big, but it means simply that you can test it through research. You can test it through a questioning. Now, for an example, okay, how about a statement like this? If you have read the Bible, or if you probably haven't read the Bible, but you have heard it. In the Bible, it says that God has created this world within 7 days. You heard that one? Yeah. God has created this world in 7 days. Now, the issue in this statement is that it is not a proposition. Why it is not a proposition? Because it cannot be empirically tested. Can you conduct a research, a scientific research to see how God did it? Can you interview God and ask, okay, God, right, okay, first day you did that right, good. So who helped you this and that? Can you do that? No. Because it's just mentioned in the Bible. And people who believe in Christianity, they believe that, which is fine by it. And they go on with that. Whether it's true or not, you really can't test it, you really can't prove it, one proof. So it's God of the word, it's words from the God. So you believe it. You believe it as proved. You believe it as it's been empirically tested. Who tested? God and God's dad. So something like that, you know. So it is not empirically tested. But if you're talking about something like this one, how about this one? Leadership of an organization influences the productivity of workers. And this is a statement, right? And this statement you can put it into a research question. The research question could be, how does leadership of an organization influence the productivity of workers? And it becomes a research question. And can that be empirically tested? Yes, it can. It is different from God created the whole world in 7 days. See that? So this is a proposition that has concepts and that also can empirically be tested. So it becomes a hypothesis. And so these hypotheses are the hypotheses that we are going to conduct in the research, and then we are going to prove